What's up everyone, welcome back to another video on the channel. Today we're going to be going over how you can turn $100 into over $1,000 utilizing a cryptocurrency platform. And so sometimes there's narratives that you know are going to do extremely well with upcoming catalyst. However, you may only be able to put $50 or $100 towards that trade, and if the cryptocurrency does go up 100%, you may only earn $50. However, you could utilize this platform to amplify your gains. You could utilize $50 and turn it into $500, or you could be trading with $100 and turn it into over $1,000. And so I'm going to be showing how you can do that today, and we're going to be looking at the AI narrative since there is an upcoming catalyst for that. And so we're going to be taking a look at Render today and doing a tutorial with Margex. And so if you enjoy this type of content, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. And if you're interested in knowing how the Render trade goes over the next couple of weeks or months, make sure to subscribe to the channel as we will be doing regular updates. And so let's go ahead and jump right into it here. We are taking a look at Margex here, currently trading right around $10.64. And we can see this has been consolidating over the last couple of weeks. We did have a huge move from about $5 up to about $14. And since then we have been consolidating. It has pulled back. And now we are getting to the point where we will be breaking out of this triangle here. And we also have some upcoming catalyst as well, which will start heating up the AI sector. If we take a look at this here, we can see that the Apple Worldwide Developers Conference returns on June 10th, which is next week. This will have a huge impact on a lot of AI cryptocurrencies, especially Render, since there has been a lot of discussion around Render and Apple working together on a lot of their projects. If we go ahead and take a look at this video here, we can see this was a keynote from May 7th with Apple, and you can see in this image here on the iPad, we can see the Render icon right there. And so they could be coming out in the developers conference here and announcing that they are working with Render, which would be extremely bullish for Render moving forward. And so let's go ahead and jump back to Margex here to open up a position for Render. And so if you're interested in trading with me and following this trade, you can open up a Margex account using the link underneath the video. And by doing that, you will get extra money for paying the fees on Margex. And so it's definitely worth signing up using that link. And so we can see here I already have money into my Margex account, roughly $100. However, if you have opened a new account, you can just go to wallet here at the top. And there's two different ways to deposit. You can go to deposit here. And the first way is you can choose a different cryptocurrency here that you would like to deposit. You can deposit this from other cryptocurrency platforms such as Coinbase or MEXC or any other platform, or if you have this on a Trust wallet or a MetaMask, you can also transfer from there as well. And so you can go ahead and choose your cryptocurrency that you want to deposit, or you can purchase it directly through Visa using one of the services provided there as well. And so once you have deposited cash onto Margex here, you can go back to your wallet. You can see that your funds do exist. And so we have about $98 of Tether on the platform that we are going to be using for opening a position on Render. And so we can go ahead and go back to trade here. And then you can see that the margin trading here is currently using the main trade of $98 of USDT. Now you can deposit Ethereum or Solana. You can deposit any of these cryptocurrencies, and then you can use that as collateral for your Render trade. First here, you can choose a market or a limit order. Limit lets you set the exact price that you want to open the position, whereas market is just going to fill based on the orders that are out there. And so I like setting a limit order here. I want to know what price I'm going to be buying at. And then I'm going to go ahead and set my margin, right? And so with Render here, you can have margin from 5x to 50x. And so for this example here, I'm going to be using 10x leverage. And so what exactly does that mean? Right now, if I apply 100% of the funds that I have, $98, we can see that by having 10x leverage, I'm essentially purchasing $980 of Render. And so I'm using this to my advantage, right? I know that Render is going to move here. We're going to see a break to the upside. And say if I'm at $100 and we see a 100% move, say that Render goes up to $20, I would get a $98 return. However, utilizing leverage here, we can see that my position will be $980. And so if we do see a 100% move, we will see that multiplied by 10, which is a 1,000% move, which will be a 10x in the position. And so if we see a 100% move here, we will get a return of $980. And so we will be turning $100 into $1,000 if Render hits $20. And so I definitely think that this is possible over the next couple of weeks. And so now I've decided that I am going to be opening a position for a 10x leverage add 100% of the funds, so $98, and then I can set a limit price here. So I'm going to set that I want my limit price for $10.64, and I'm going to go ahead and buy long. And so here again, it's acknowledging what I chose here, 10x leverage, $980 size, based on the $98 multiplied by 10. And then we can see that the margin I am going to be using is $98. And then we have the estimated liquidation price. And so this is very important to be paying attention to right here. This is what would become liquidated if the price of Render drops down to those levels. And so if we hit $9.59, the $98 that I am using for leverage would be gone. It would go to zero. I would not have any funds left. And so if you have higher leverage, say I increase this from 10x to 50x. Just for an example here, and I hit buy long. We can see now that the estimated liquidation price is $10.44. There's not much of a difference between $10.68 where we're currently trading and $10.44. This could easily wick down to these levels, and then I would be out $98. And so this is a very high risk position. However, with the higher risk, there's also greater returns. And so let's go ahead and drop this back down to 10x so we can go ahead and open up a position. So I'm going to hit buy long. I'm opening the position at $10.64, and I am going to go ahead and proceed with buy. And so we can now see down at the bottom here that we have an active open position, and we can add a take profit or a stop loss. And so setting a take profit means that once Render hits a certain level, it will automatically take profit. And so I could say at $14, I want to take profit automatically. And so I can go ahead and type that in here, or I can add a percentage value as well. And so once it hits that, it will automatically close the position. You can do the same thing for a stop loss here as well. I could say, hey, once it hits $10, I want to close out my position. I want to reduce the amount of downside. I do not want to become fully liquidated on my position. And so I could enter that here, which would reduce the amount of risk on the position as well. And so definitely take advantage of these. I think this is something that is very important with leverage trading, especially if you have large positions open, is to reduce the amount of risk. Now you may miss out on some upside if it does drop down and then it closes out your position and then it takes off from there. However, I think it's important to make sure that you reduce the amount of risk that you have on your position or open up positions that are lower leverage. Obviously, if you're up at 50x leverage, there's a lot more risk and there's a very high chance that you will become liquidated on the position. And so definitely make sure that you are paying attention to what is going on here. There is very high risk with leverage trading if you do not know what you're doing. And so let's go ahead and take a look here at more news from Apple. We can see that Apple will not be announcing any hardware at WWDC on June 10th. The focus of the event will instead be on the new AI features that Apple is adding to their software platforms. And so they could come out with the announcement that they are integrating with Apple on their iPad, where they could be introducing some type of decentralized GPU computing power on Render network using Octane X. And so this is definitely something that I think could come out of the Apple event next week. And this would be very bullish for Render and AI. I think we will definitely see a big increase in the price from now until next week before the event. And then if Apple does come out and announce that they're working with Render, we will see a massive move on Render as well. And so definitely make sure to check out that link underneath the video to Margex, as I think this is a very good leverage platform. They have over 35 different cryptocurrencies that you can leverage trade. And you can see here, Render is one of them. And I think this is a very good cryptocurrency. And I think this position will end up very well. Now, if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe. And I hope to see you in the next video.